that a deal breaker? Deal breaker. Money I lie. Is that a deal breaker? Deal breaker. Baby I lie.
I'm great. How you feeling today?
Yo, I'm good. I'm good.
You good? You're a little nervous?
Yo, yeah, yo, Green, we matching good.
You seen me early? You was in my stream earlier?
No. I already had this on. I swear.
All right. Green is my favorite color. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta rock it out. All right. So Eddie, let's get to know you a little bit. Now, what is it that you look for in a woman? What do you like when it comes to a woman? What attracts you?
Oh man, somebody with a sense of humor, great smile, nice eyes. Sometimes that capture. Um, Somebody with also a sense of adventure. Like still be a homebody, but like still go out here and there and stuff.
Definitely. All right. Now, where will you take on a first date? Where will you take your lady?
And it depends on the girl, to be honest. Like the vibe you get from her, like whatever you get to know about her, if she likes certain things, you know, there's museums, exhibits, pop-ups, there's places in the city. Honestly, here there's a lot to do. Like, you can always find something for somebody. Here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
But before I've been like 5-6 years. So.
Okay. And so what happened in your last relationship?
It's hard. It's difficult to say. Like it didn't work out. When things aren't meant to be, you talk it out.
Definitely don't work out. Shit, things happen. And things are meant to be for a reason, right?
Thanks.
All right. And how long did that last?
That was about a year.
Okay. So you were single for about 6, had a year relationship, and been single for a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been dating in the last year?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. How often do you date? Do you actually go looking for dates? How your dating thing goes?
Well, it's weird. Like sometimes it's like by spurts. Like you'll have like your season when it's like dry, you don't hear, your phone's dry, and then all of a sudden you start getting hit up out of nowhere. Like I haven't talked to you in forever. Yeah, so it's or sometimes I randomly meet people. Like I'll just be standing there and somebody just like I'll randomly meet people. I don't know how to explain that. Like let's say I'll go out with my friends, I'll be in the corner and somebody will be like, hey, and just start talking to me.
I feel that. All right. Well, Eddie, I'm gonna be bringing in the ladies, right? I'm gonna introduce the ladies. That way you get to know them. So we're gonna go with our first guest is Ivy. Welcome, Ivy.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing, Ivy? How you feeling today?
I'm okay. Feeling good. I'm kind of like nervous a little bit.
It's all right to be nervous. At the beginning, you might be a little nervous, but we'll loosen up a little bit. Trust me, I'm nervous also every time I start the show, and then after a while, it's like, all right, we got this, right? So, all right, Ivy. So, where you from, Ivy?
I'm from Brooklyn. Big Brooklyn energy all day.
Okay, BK in the building.
All day. Thank you for having me.
And how old are you?
I'm 33. I'm turning 34. It's
Okay, 34.
7 days.
Oh, so next week.
Yep, the 17th.
Oh, nice. Look at you. Are you celebrating your birthday in your stream?
Probably not the day of, but
No, of course not.
Leo gang.
There you go. Go show some love, Ivy.
Beach, watch the sunset, watch the sun go down. Like, I'm with the shit. Like I do whatever comes up. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. All right. What do you do for a living?
I'm in sales. I sell telecom, and I'm a bartender at nighttime.
Oh, cool, nice. What is your favorite drink to make?
I like to make henny coladas. I like to make frozen drinks.
Oh, okay, nice. I could have a nice little honey colada, pina colada, nice, you know, whatever.
I'm a whiskey girl though. I don't really
I'm sorry. I forgot to turn that off.
That's a loud fucking gift. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's all right. All right. No, it definitely was loud. That will wake somebody up. I forgot to turn it off. I'm sorry, everyone. All right. Now, we're gonna introduce the next person, the next guest. All right. Give it up for the beautiful Milk.
She is the best.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? How you feeling today?
Really good, honestly. Great day.
Okay. So let's get to know you a little bit. Where you from?
So I'm from upstate New York, Albany.
Okay, New York and building. But how have you always lived in upstate, or have you been?
Yeah, upstate always. I've visited the city a few times, and I actually lived in Massachusetts for like a brief portion of my life, but mostly always New York.
Okay, nice. And how old are you?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 on Sunday.
Okay. And so wait, so next week, okay, yeah. So y'all both Leo gang in the building.
Yo, gang.
I hear it. I hear it. All right. And so, what do you do for a living?
I'm a content creator and full-time streamer.
Okay. And what do you like to do for fun besides streaming?
So I'm really into like all things super girly, hair, makeup, aesthetics, stuff like that. But I'm also a really big gamer. I love gaming.
Okay.
And of course I love going out with friends and stuff like that, but those are my hobbies.
All right. Well, everyone, this is Milk, and now we will introduce our third guest. Everyone, please welcome Za. Hi, Za.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. All right, Sa. So, where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Puerto Rico, but raised in Boston
Okay. And so, how long you been in Boston?
all my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how old are you?
I am 38. I'm going to be 39 in December. So I'm Sagittarius.
Okay, nice. And what do you do for a living?
I work in healthcare.
Okay, nice. And what do you like to do for fun?
I am I love adventure actually. I love hiking, fishing. Fishing's my go-to. My favorite pastime. I'm an artist, so I love painting. And really just exploring life, bro. Like just, road trips, um, things of that nature.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. All right. Well, there you go. There we have our three beautiful guests of the night. Now, for those who just joined, this is Deal Breakers, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your host, Dee Diamante, and today we have Eddie, which will be choosing, well, he will be eliminating one of these ladies per round, depending on their deal breaker. Our first round, we will not eliminate anyone, but second and third round, someone will be eliminated. All right. Now, I will, I would like to reveal our first deal breakers, right? So, Ivy, can you please reveal your first deal breaker?
I like to wear a lot of makeup, and a lot of dudes have an issue with that. But respectfully, that's who I am, and that's not gonna change. So,
Okay.
chemical compounds.
What do you think about that, Eddie? What is your opinion on that?
Right? It just depends on the look, honestly. I don't, whatever makes them feel comfortable. I don't. Some
Okay.
girls, and if they can do some can like, they can rock it.
Definitely.
As long as they know how to properly apply it.
Right. Definitely. Okay.
Well,
Okay. Now, Milk, what is your first deal breaker?
I have a strong internet presence. So yeah. So basically, I'm just on the internet a lot, and it dedicates a lot of my time. Like I said, I am a full-time streamer and content creator.
Right.
So it's very, very prevalent, and I do have to talk to a lot of people and stuff like that. So
All right. Gotcha. All right. So now, Za, can you please review? Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Eddie. What do you think about that? I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip that. What is your opinion on that?
We all work on the internet. We're on it right now. So you know,
I mean, but is it different between being here and then being here all the time?
but
Right.
she says she uses it to make money. So it's like that's
All right.
her
Yeah, of
job.
course.
So
So income.
you know, as,
All
as
right.
long as you know how to manage your time, or you take a break a little bit, you know, separate, you know, you don't get your lives. The world's mixed up. You get,
Confused, yeah, and intertwined. Yep, exactly.
Definitely. All right. So now, Za, can you please review your deal breaker?
I have a very busy schedule.
Okay. A very busy schedule. What
Right.
is your opinion on that, Eddie?
again, time management. You know, as long as you don't let it consume you, because you know sometimes. I mean, we're all busy in a way. Like most of us, we all got jobs. You know,
Of course.
so yeah, you know, as long as you don't let it consume you, you know how to separate away from it, step away for a little bit, get your mind off it. Because sometimes that if you don't get away from it, you know, it goes into your personal life.
Right. Definitely. All right. Well, for those who don't know and just join, Eddie also has his own deal breakers, right? But could it be that he has trust issues? Could it be that he's over controlling, or can it be that he's easily he's easily addictive? He gets addicted to things quick. What could it be? Stay tuned till we find out. All right. Now we just revealed their first deal breakers. Now I would like to ask some questions about these deal breakers, right? So I'm gonna start with Ivy. Ivy. Now your first deal breaker is that you always wear makeup, right?
Uh-huh.
So what makes you want to wear makeup all the time?
I'm creative and I like to express myself through tattoos and makeup and my hair. Like that's just who I am.
Right.
It speaks presence, volume.
Okay. Okay. So how long does it take you to actually put your makeup on?
It depends what kind of day I'm gonna have. Hey, respectfully. It depends. Like, I would say like 45 to an hour. Quick. Something quick.
Quick? An hour?
That's quick. That's
All right.
not too
Eddie,
much
you
though,
think
really.
you think an hour putting makeup is quick?
That
Ask
is
Milky how long it takes her to put her makeup on.
No, how
15
long does it take
minutes.
to put
Yo,
your makeup on?
15 minutes.
You're a cat.
You're
I
okay.
swear to God, I get ready on here every day. Everyone sees this. 15 minutes.
Right,
TikTok.
cat.
Oh.
Cat.
All right, all right. Now, how much money do you spend on makeup?
That's a whole nother topic. Like, I don't know. Honestly. It depends. It depends. You get
All
good
right, so
shit,
how
you got
often you go
quick
shopping
shit.
for makeup? Because you wear makeup a lot, so you actually buy more makeup than usual. The usual women that don't wear too much makeup.
I mean, not really. Like, it's not, my shit lasts. I like to.
Okay, you buy the big bundles.
It depends if they got a sale that week.
Gotcha. They got the sale. If they got the sale, then she
I'm
gets the
Jewish.
two
I'm
for
all
one.
about bargaining. So, I'm tight on my purse.
All right. Well, let's go with you, Milk. Milk, your deal breaker was that you have a strong internet presence, right? You're always trying to, always want to be online. Now, how many hours do you spend online a day?
Oh man, I'd have to check my screen time to be honest. Streaming probably like a solid 4 to 5. Um, and then like checking socials and responding to DMs and stuff like that, probably like a solid hour. So maybe like 6,
Okay,
7.
6, 7 hours. I mean, that's not pretty. That's not bad. You know,
It's
six,
a
seven.
job. It's almost like a 9 to 5.
Right. You're doing a whole shift basically per day. All right. Now, if you were to go on vacation, do you spend your time online also while you are on vacation?
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to. It honestly, it never stops.
Okay.
It
So,
never stops because if you think about it, there's more content to be made on vacation. You know how many TikToks I could do and stuff like that, and so
all right. Now, has being like online all the time interfere with your dating life?
yes, for sure. It's I'm
Right.
trying not to giggle. Yes. Just because I don't know how to. Yes and no. Yes and no. Everyone has their opinion on it, but it's definitely something that's been like a topic of conversation.
Do you forget about your partner while you're online? That's what it is. Like you don't pay no attention at all towards him during that time.
It's not. It's almost like it's kind of like a. I don't want to say like a jealousy thing, but it does like interfere because I do have to answer like a lot of people. Like I have to get back to my
Right.
DMs. I have to respond to comments.
Right.
So it's almost like, oh, like there's a lot of time being dedicated to other people.
Right. So besides your partner, have there's ever been a situation where you have been upset? I mean, someone has been upset at you for being like online all the time.
Yes, for sure. That's my previous ex was not into it at all. He doesn't. He a lot. It's weird for people. He didn't have social media, so it was harder for him to understand. You know, like why. But it's definitely been a problem in relationships before, even with people who have social media.
Oh, definitely. All right. All right. Now, Za, your deal breaker was that you have a very busy schedule, right? So now, what is it that keeps you busy every day?
Well, how much time we got?
Said I got a list.
I have to say, so I have 2 children, right? So that's one. The second one is, so I work in healthcare. I have 2 positions in the healthcare field. Um, and I also do home health care. So I actually am, all right, so let's just try to keep it cut and dry here. So I try to like incorporate a lot of different things within a 24-hour period, only because I feel like each day that passes is so precious, right? So it's like, I don't want to just go a whole day and not like feel accomplished. So it's like, I try to incorporate so many different factors into my day to day, you know? So that is what keeps me busy.
So how much sleep do you get throughout the day? Like every day, how much sleep do you get?
It depends really. Sometimes I'll go a day or 2 without any sleep, and then I'll just sleep the 3rd day. So
Alright. Do you have like a planner that you write everything you like you're gonna do?
I do. I do have a planner. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay. No assistant? You don't have an assistant to help you out?
No, I actually thought about that.
A busy person should have an assistant, you know?
Mm.
All right. So what do you do on your days that you don't have nothing planned?
What I do is paint. I'm actually a hell of a painter, so I paint.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
That's actually my therapy. So I paint and
All right, all right. Yeah, that was dope. Definitely.
get lost in the colors. You know.
All right. Got it. All right. Well, for those who just joined, this is Deal Breaker, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your host, Dee Diamante. And today we have our special guest, Eddie, that will be eliminating one of these ladies in this round because we're going to the elimination round now. But for those that don't know, Eddie also comes with his own deal breakers. Could it be that he has trust issues? Or could it be that he's over controlling? Or that he's easily addictive to things? Stay tuned and we will find out at the end of the show. Now, we will we go into the second round where I now Eddie, I will be the one that will reveal these deal breakers, right? In a random order, right? So you don't know who the deal breakers belong to. And you from those 3 deal breakers, you will eliminate one of the ladies. All right. All right. So now our first deal breaker is going to be that they are very needy, right? They're very needy. Our second deal breaker is going to be that they loud talkers. And our third deal breaker is going to be that they're not spontaneous. All right. So now, Eddie, before anything, what do you think about the first one that she's very needy? What do you think? What is your opinion on that?
well, from what I heard, all three are pretty busy. So I guess neediness comes with a certain time. You know, like they still need their space a little bit. But,
Hmm.
so it just depends, like, honestly, on the schedule.
Okay. And what about the loud talker?
yo, I'm really quiet, and almost everybody that at some point I've talked to or dated, they've been pretty loud. Pretty loud speakers, yeah. So I'm used to that.
All right, all right. And what do you think about the not being spontaneous?
That one's hard because I'm pretty spontaneous. Like, there's
Okay.
stuff that I'll plan out, like traveling and stuff like that. But when it's like local, sometimes I'll be like, yo, I just want to, I'll just grab my stuff, like, I want to go hike, I want to go somewhere or do. So it's not. Sometimes it's not planned out. That's how I actually started hiking. I just grabbed my backpack and just went to the mountains. So that one's a little, like you need a little spontaneous. You can't just be too tight, with your schedule.
Okay, okay. So out of those three, we have to eliminate one. Right. What do you think?
I like a little bit of my space too. I am very, I've been single for a while, so I got used to being alone. So I think the needy one,
The
like,
needy one?
yeah, I think the codependency, yeah, that one,
So the needy one gotta go.
yeah.
All right. Well, the needy one, please raise your hand. Which one is it? Milk. So
The
milk is
busiest
the
one,
needy one.
the busiest one of them all.
Oh, when I have a man, the only person's attention I want is his. So the internet just very
Right.
needy.
All right. So how often you need your partner to like get in contact with you?
I mean, when they can, I should have like specified more. Like I'm more needy like when I'm around them. Like it's like if I could be in the same shirt as you and like we're in love, I would be in the same shirt as you. We'd be that close. Like I just am very needy. So
Okay.
and I need a lot of attention, but you know,
Are you the type to like seek compliments? Like
no,
a seek attention? No?
no, because that not a weird flex. I don't know how to say this. That comes. But from my man, I wouldn't actively seek attention. I would hope that my man would give me all the attention I need. So
Great answer. All right. Now, Milk, you have a third deal breaker tonight, right? What is your third deal breaker?
that I am flirtatious.
He is flirtatious. What do you think about that, Eddie?
Yo, that one's, I date a lot like women that get a lot of attention too. So as long as it's respect. It's a respect thing. Like,
That's,
as like a person has a natural flirtatious attitude, but as long as they're in touching and
oh yeah, no, just my mouth, just a little flirty.
Mhm. I mean, dating somebody that looks good comes with that along with it. They get a lot of attention, and then that usually means they have a good energy to them. Then there's something about them that attracts people to them. So you gotta be understanding about that. So
Definitely. All right. Well, there you go, Milk. I'm sorry, but you was not chosen today. You've been the first one to get eliminated. So please exit the box. Stay tuned so that way we could. I'm gonna bring you back and we could, we'll speak about events and anything you have coming up, right?
For sure.
All right. Thank you, Milk.
Bye.
Appreciate you. All right, Eddie. Well, there you go. You have eliminated the first guest, and now we have Ivy and Za. Now, can the one there's the loud talker please reveal herself?
I would have guessed the Puerto Rican.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. Hello.
True.
Hello.
All right. Now, so you're a loud talker, so that means Za is the one that is the not spontaneous, right?
Scheduling.
So, huh?
The scheduling, I'm guessing.
All right. Now, Ivy, I have questions about your deal breaker, right? So, do you talk loud everywhere you go?
Nah, there's a time and a place for it. But like, if I'm passionate into the conversation,
Hmm.
like my streaming, definitely. I'm so fucking loud. Like my neighbors bang on the wall. Like, I'm a loud motherfucker. But I'm a businesswoman, believe it or not. So when I'm in meetings and everything, I stay with my chest and but I'm not loud. You know.
Okay, got it. The
Got a Jewish
knocking on
friend
the
like that too. I got a Jewish friend like
neighbors
that too.
knocking on the wall is crazy. All right, all right. So Ivy, have you ever been told to leave a place for being loud?
Honestly, not that I could remember. I'm pretty sure I have, but I can't remember.
All right. Have you ever had someone like break up with you because of being loud?
Not break up. I was dating, and like I just moved to Florida because I'm from Brooklyn. I just moved out here, and like I've dated, like went on dates with a few Florida men, and they're very quiet. So they're like, damn, like they told me like you're just like a bit much, like like you're just, and I don't mean to do it. It's just how I was raised. Like I was raised in the concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like we're loud, motion,
Well,
and it's a rat race. Like
right, definitely. All
yeah.
right, all right. Well, now, Sa, so you're not spontaneous, right? What can you elaborate a little bit? Like, how do you react to surprises? Like, what is it?
So, so like honestly, like I just felt like so the way I react to surprises, I'm like super obviously I'm gonna be super surprised, right? Um However, like I like consider non-spontaneous being like so it requires energy. See what I'm saying? So if it's like I'm all about energy. So and like even external factors that may come into play. See what I'm saying? So it's like if you're not giving that same energy to me, then it's like I can't be fully spontaneous. See what I'm saying? So therefore I just keep myself out of balance until like I feel you out in a sense. Does that make
Can I chime in? Can I say something?
of course?
But like you have mad energy for everything else, so why wouldn't you have energy for your man? That's what I'm like.
Well the thing
You're
is
so busy, like you're very busy. So why would you not like save energy for him?
so the thing is so with you being in a relationship or you know looking for a spouse, you have to there's give and take. So I gotta you gotta match energy. You gotta match energy. You gotta match mindset. And a lot of people that's a problem. Like I feel that's a problem with a lot of relationships nowadays because people don't want to bend. People don't want to meet people halfway. And um, me just being just non-spontaneous, I feel like I'm able to just meet you where you're at. If that makes any type of sense. Midnight, thank you.
I think it's all about priority. You know what I'm saying? Like you're prioritizing certain things before your man, so then you're already drained by the time it's to be with your man and do certain things with him.
Well,
I mean, I feel like maybe it could be or it could be not. It could go both
yes
ways.
and no. You
Yeah.
have to obviously if I'm feeling my dude, I'm gonna definitely do all that I can to, you know,
Not always ready to smash.
All right, Sa, do you like your partner to be spontaneous?
I do actually. I like him to lead. I like a leader. I like
Okay.
I like a man that's gonna say, "Hey, listen, this is what we doing," and I'll just go with it. Whatever.
All right.
I want a leader.
Have you ever been called boring because you're not spontaneous?
Never, never, because I
No.
can switch it up like this.
Okay. Got it. All right. Well, that's their second deal. I mean, yeah, that's their second deal breakers, right, Eddie? Now, for those who just joined, this is Deal Breakers every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your host, Dee Diamante, and tonight we have Eddie as our special guest, and he will be eliminating one of these two beautiful women with dependent on their deal breakers, right? Eddie also comes with his own deal breaker. Could it be that he has trust issues? Could it? Can it be that he's over controlling? I don't know. Could it possibly be, or is it that he's easily very addictive? Stay tuned, and we will find out at the end of the show. All right, not the all three. All right. By the way, the number one gifter of the stream do get a special shout out on IG with a flyer. And by the way, point 7 is loading. All right, so take advantage of that. All right, now we're gonna go with our third reveal. Right now, we're gonna start with Ivy. Ivy, can you please reveal your last deal breaker?
So my last deal breaker is I'm not affectionate towards my spouse. Like my love language is doing things, acts of service, cooking, can dick for hours, things like that. But as far as like being on top of him, I'm always make him feel wanted, but I don't like to be. I like to give him a space. Like you want to play your game, play your game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just that type of person. Because everyone got to be an individual. You know, I don't want to take his individuality away from him.
Okay. Wait, what do you say it was?
She's not affectionate.
Oh, that you're
Yeah,
not
I'm not
affectionate.
affectionate. No.
Okay, right. So what do you feel about that, Eddie?
Yo, see, that's the thing. Like, with the previous one, she didn't specify. And then when she specified, it was more like it. I am an affectionate person. Like, yo, I love giving hugs. You know, my love language is touch. You know, I could play my video game and have your leg on me. You know, and you could be reading
Right.
a book on your tablet. You know, like I don't mind none of that. You know, I like, you know, so the affectionate part, yo, that's pretty tough. You know, like I am an affectionate dude. Like I don't get annoyed by like kisses and stuff. You know, like.
Okay, right. All right. Now, Za, can you reveal your last deal breaker?
I'm an overthinker.
An overthinker. What do you think about that, Eddie?
Yo, hey, I'm an overthinker too.
Oh, is that so? Do you see that as a good thing or a bad thing?
It would depend. Like, if the communication ain't there, it's gonna be bad.
Okay,
Because you know you can't have two people overthinking.
that's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
had recent experience like that. You know,
It's gonna override. All right.
yeah.
Does that come with jealousy? Does that come with jealousy? Like, if he doesn't respond to your text messages, are you gonna overthink that he's with another woman?
Well, it can honestly, overthinking can be actually like considered a toxic trait. It can be, but if controlled, I feel like it can like it obviously if with anything, right? Too much of anything, you can be a victim of your own thoughts. So if there is a happy medium in that, then I think it should kind of balance out. But again, communication is key, I feel.
Definitely,
Right.
communication is definitely key. All right.
Right.
So, Ivy, my question is: you say you're not affectionate. So? How do you feel like how do you think your man feels when he actually wants you, to be on him, to do things for him,
It's
when
an
it comes
as
to like
needed
passionate.
basis.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
don't take it out of context. It's as needed. Like he said, I'll put my leg over him while he's playing the game and I'll be doing something else. Like, that's fine. I just mean, like, I'm not going to be all up his ass, respectfully, because everybody needs their space. Like, you know,
No,
that's all I'm
definitely.
saying.
No, definitely. Being too clingy is too much.
Right.
Sometimes
I'm
clingy
not
can get
clingy. Maybe I
right.
should have said that because I'm not clingy. I'm not a clingy type of person.
Got you. Yeah, because affectionate. I feel like when you're in a relationship, affection is is one of the main keys to a relationship. Because you need that love. You need to feel that love from that person. We want to feel loved and cared. That person come home, they caress you, they massage you, things like that. So, I feel like every relationship needs that. Because that keeps you like, okay, they still want me. They come
Right.
and they do this for me or whatever. All right. Um, have you ever like been in a situation where you broke up with someone because of that, because they feel like you're not too affectionate enough?
No, any person I was in a relationship, they seen that what I did for them so much. Like that's why they calling me, you know what I'm saying, nonstop now. Because they want that old thing back, yeah, and they can't. But respectfully, I do a lot. Like I bring a lot to the table. Like I want to be the legs, and I want my man to be the actual table. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, all right. Okay, so Sa, you're an overthinker, right?
Mm.
Now, like you said, do you think just overthink every single thing that you have to do? Like once something comes up, a situation comes up, do you have to overthink it?
I
Or
do.
it's natural, it just comes natural?
I do. I do.
Okay. When you overthink, does it go, because you know, a overthinker always thinks one way, positive or negative, right? So which one you usually go towards, the positive or the negative way?
Well, that's it's funny that you say that because I kind of do a little bit of both. And the
Right.
reason why is because um, I kind of do like pros and cons. So there's certain situations I'm like, all right, so positively, what's going to be the positive end of this? You see what I'm saying? Versus the negative end of this. So it's like I think about the two different aspects of it, and then I try to like um, base my decision based on that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You see, me when I overthink, it's because I'm overthinking the negative. To tell you the truth, I go towards the negative side. Why? Because I feel like once once I see what's gonna happen, what's the worst that could happen, I'm already gonna be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever happens, it will be better. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't happen, then anything else will be better. You know, it will be
Can I
actually a
interject there?
positive thing.
So let me interject there. I feel like that is not a good place to be, only because you don't have the two differences. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to see the positive in anything.
No, because it's gonna be positive. Positive is always gonna be there. I want the positive, but I'm already overthinking of the negative just in case when that happens, I'm not surprised about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna like catch me. It's not gonna basically catch me from the back. I'm already know what I'm getting into if it goes the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But
So
of
you're
course,
always on
positive
guard.
energy all the way, 100%.
So you're always on guard, is what you're saying. I
Basically,
understand.
yes. Always
I'm never
expect. You
on
gotta
guard.
always expect the worst. That's what it
I'm
is.
never on guard because that's how you miss opportunities.
but you
Uh,
say you're not spontaneous, so you're kind of contradicting yourself.
Not essentially, really.
Because
No.
I'm optimistic. Like I just do it. Because whether I fail, I learn from it, and if I succeed, then it's I took that risk. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. All right. Now, Eddie, it's about that time um to actually eliminate someone, right?
All right.
So now we're gonna choose out of the three deal breakers that they have. So Ivy, the first deal breaker was that she's always wearing makeup. She's a makeup person, right? She's a loud talker, and she's non-affectionate. You know, she's not affectionate. Now, Saz is that she's has a very busy schedule. She's not spontaneous, and she's an overthinker. Out of those six deal breakers, right? Three and three, you have to eliminate one of them, right? So now, would it be Ivy or would it be Zach?
Shit. Oh my, my bad, my bad. I mean, it's, she kind of explained the affectionate part. She cleared it up, and yeah, I actually do play video games here and there. I also, like, my friends hit me up, sometimes, it's just with the boys and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
that little space there, I mentioned it before she even said the deal breaker. So that kind of matches up there. Um, the overthinker, that's we're both being overthinkers. That means one of us has to have good communication skills.
Right.
If both of us have bad communication skills, it's not really gonna work out too well. We're both gonna be overthinking things. I'm more of a quiet overthinker. I'll think of all the scenarios and then and observe. Like if you're acting different, you're even just your tone of voice and everything.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people think I'm not paying attention, but it's all recording, you
All
know.
right.
So I think the
Well,
overthinking is the one that.
wait, but we're not eliminating just on the third deal
Oh,
breaker.
okay.
We eliminating on all three deal
Oh,
breakers.
okay.
Yeah, so it's on all threes. So that's why I say Ivy is that she's always wear makeup, she's a loud talker, and she's not affectionate, right? And then we have Sa that is very busy schedule, not spontaneous, and an overthinker. So we eliminating, depending on all three in
Yeah.
one, right?
And then the schedule. Let's go with schedule and not spontaneous. Sometimes you do need a little break from your schedule. I also mentioned that in the first round. And what the reason I let it go through is because like sometimes you can have your yin to your yang. One person's spontaneous, and then the other person needs a little order in their life. Because I'm more of go with the flow. So sometimes I do need a little like, hey, schedule. Makeup, that takes a long time. Like that's an hour is you're like it's short. I don't mind a girl who doesn't makeup. It just depends on your time management. Are you getting ready still by the time I get there, or we have scheduled stuff, but it's something workable. Everything's workable. It's not a complete deal breaker.
Right. So
You can tell he's struggling.
That's what I'm saying. She had me with the with space. She had me with that. Like like
I know.
I'll cook and you can play video. She'll still be
video
right
games
there.
is
Like.
The video games is crazy, bro. I'm not even
No,
gonna
but I
lie.
mean that's not the only reason. It's like you can do your activities, you can chill.
Right.
It's and she'll still be right there. Like throw a leg up there. Like we're just chilling on the couch. That.
all
And
right.
you could be behind me while I do my makeup. So just
I already
saying.
did it.
All right.
Get him, girl.
All right. Well, Eddie, it's your decision on whose deal breakers you will be eliminating.
So my bad.
Za,
Zaz,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but you have been eliminated. Um, I'm sorry, but you have to go. Bye, Sa.
Bye. Thank you,
Don't
guys.
leave though. Stay tuned because we're gonna bring you right back. All right. Well, congratulations, Ivy. You have
Thank
been
you.
today's winner.
Thank you.
Now don't forget, the show's not over because Eddie also comes with his own deal breaker. Right? Could
Okay.
it be that he's have trust issues, or could it be that he's over controlling, or that he is easily addicted? Let's see and find out. Now, Ivy, out of those three, which one will be the deal breaker that you will not be able to deal with?
Listen, I feel like I'm addicted easily as well because too much of anything is no good. So I understand that part. What was the other one? Controlling.
Controlling, over controlling, and
That
easily addicted.
I'm not jacking because like you're not gonna tell me like I know how to respect my man. Like I'm not gonna show my titties. I'm not gonna do this shit. So I would not give him a reason to be like that. And what was the third one?
He gets easily addicted.
Well, I said that, and then the controlling, and what was the third one?
The trust issues.
That I can't help you with. Like if you got mommy issues and you got trust issues, like I can't get myself involved in that. So
So out of those three, which one is the worst one that you will not deal with?
I want to say, but trust issues and controlling goes hand in hand. I feel like because there's a reason why he's controlling because of his trust issues. So I don't know. That's kind of like for me.
It could be, basically.
Listen, that's little D energy if you're controlling. Like you need to control because you give the control to the wrong person. They could take that. They could take it out of like, nah. I can't give the control to. But in bed, you can control me. I'll submit in bed, but in real life, I want to say the trust issues. Like that's not my problem. Your trust issues is not my problem. You should have worked on that before you got with me. So I'm gonna say trust issues.
All right. So trust issues is the deal breaker you will not be able to deal with at all out of the
No,
three. All right.
no.
Now, Eddie, can you please reveal your real deal breaker?
Mine, addictive personality.
Okay.
As an addictive personality. For can you elaborate for those who don't know what that means?
I can be real competitive at things, or if I like something and I just this app is fucking addictive. Oh my bad.
It
Definitely
is.
is.
This app is addictive. I came in here, and then you swipe one time, then you just so the same thing with sports, everything. Like I
That's
just
all right.
want to keep, you just want to keep
Right.
going.
All right. All right. Well, Ivy, are you willing to accept Eddie with his addiction?
That's a big yes.
Okay, okay, it's a big yes. Okay, nice. Well, congratulations. You have accepted tonight, each other tonight with your deal breakers.
Yeah.
Um, Eddie, I hope you'll be able to sit behind her for a whole hour while she does her makeup, and while she's talking loud, because
Honestly, Latinos are loud, so most of them.
I'm a Jew. I'm an Irish
Um,
Jew.
oh,
So
my friend is
I'm a
Jew.
different. I'm a
My
different kind
friend,
of
my
loud.
friend on this app is Jew. He's one of the loudest ones on this app,
Right. So there you
and
go.
he's from Florida, and he's been kicked out of everywhere. His neighbors knock on his door while he's streaming all the time.
I've been kicked out of boxes.
oh my god. All right. Well, I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. I want to thank you for being part of the show. Eddie, thank you so much. Ivy, please, the other guest that was here, Milk, can you please request the box and join us? And Sa, can you also please request the box and join us?
Let me favor Eddie.
Hey, shrimp.
And Zach, where is Zach?
Hello.
Zach to come back? I don't know.
Good game, girls.
Yo,
Good
it's because I'm big.
game.
Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Milk, Zah, thank you so much for participating. Y'all did an amazing job. Now, for those who don't have these guys' fave, make sure y'all hit them with the fave. Make sure y'all gonna check them out. So we're gonna start since Eddie's right here on the top. Eddie, no matter of fact, you could wait. Ladies first. Ivy, we will go with you. Can you let us know when do you stream? Any social medias we could find you in? Any events you have coming up?
I got great content. That's what I could say. So follow my Instagram. It's in the bio. I have a roast battle coming up that me and my friend are both hosting. C-Rod. And I stream randomly. Like I'm on here for shits and giggles, and everybody knows that. I don't use this as a money maker or whatever. But I love the people and I support everybody. You know what I'm saying? Unless you coming for me, I don't come for you.
Well, definitely. All right. Well, that's Ivy there. Make sure you hit her with the fave. Come check her out. All right. Now, Milk. When do you stream? Any social medias we could find you in? Any events coming up?
I am usually a morning streamer around 10. I do a get ready with me every morning, and then after that, it's just crazy content. I have my own show on Tuesdays at 7, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first episode.
Ooh, nice.
And follow me on Instagram in my bio.
What is your show about?
So it's actually I'm doing interviews / like asking the spicy in-depth questions for rappers and like artists and singers.
Okay, nice, nice. All right, well, come make sure y'all come tomorrow and check out Milk's show. What time? At what time you said it was?
7 p.m. EST.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all come check it out. All right. Now, Zah, where can we find you? What time you streams? Do you have any event coming up?
Well, I do have an auction coming up on August 19th, I believe, at 8:05 p.m. And I have to tell you, I don't stream quite often. Every now and then, I work 80 to 90 hours a week at my current position. So when I'm here, and when I'm here, I'm with you guys, and I'm listening to conversations. I'm listening to you guys as a whole. So I mean, I don't have a particular time, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I gotta tell you, my supporters, they come through. and they love and support me. So I appreciate you guys.
That's what's up, as they should. All right, make sure y'all hit Zah with the fave. Eddie?
What's up? So when do I stream? I
Yeah,
usually stream Monday through Friday around 7:45 to midnight. Um, I do have an auction coming up for a friend, so I'm helping.
okay.
His
Who's
name's
auctioning
Colorado
you?
Kid. His name's Colorado Kid's August 26th. It's like a football auction.
Colorado Kid. Make sure y'all go hit Colorado Kid with the fave. One of the bros. Definitely, I believe he's the CEO of TKC, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they a great family. Go check them out. Um, now, here we it. This is it. I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you for. I want to appreciate the viewers. Thank you for being here tonight. Another thing, for those who would like to be part of my show, y'all can always fave my admins. I believe we have Nini here. I don't know if KC's here. KC, are you here? We have Nini. We have KC. My other admin's not here. He's busy. There you go. Huh? So make sure y'all hit them with the favor. Y'all want to be part of the show. Um, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, next week is our first feature show. So our show is definitely getting featured, and next week is the first feature show. I want to thank everybody for, helping us and making it happen.
Shout
All
out
right.
to Icy Gang for pulling up on the kid. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dee, for this opportunity. Eddie, it was nice meeting you.
That's me.
All right.
I'll catch you on the app.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Ivy,
I
Milk,
want
thank
to
you
say
so
one
much.
thing. Thank you for everybody being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm not from a gang, however, I do love each and every one of you.
That's nice. Thank you, Sa. Appreciate you, love.